What's up, friends? This is Manni and welcome to Nepentes, a ridiculously powerful plasma artillery cannon located at the bottom of the first shaft in Watchpoint Alpha, or the Underground Exploration Part 1. And the intro was very interesting where they introduce this enemy to you and tell you how many enemies it has already decimated trying to get down there. And of course, our job now is just that, to get down there into this giant hole and trying to somehow not get vaporized by this immensely efficient sniper cannon on the bottom. I thought it was a really cool mission and I wanted to make a video about it. So the gates are opening and we're about to dive into something that would otherwise be considered as certain death and doom. But of course, us being Raven, we can handle it, so let's go for it. The beginning has an elevator here that we can activate. It only, however, drives down or goes down for a little bit before it stops. The enforcement system, which is like the AI protecting this entire place with defense mechanisms, recognizes something is going on and it investigates with drones and sends them to, well, basically destroy also whatever threat might be lurking up here. But of course, the enforcement system will learn now that this threat up here is not taken out by a bunch of drones. Alright, so we're just getting started, and for that, we're just gonna dive into the tunnel, and you see down below the first laser charges and shots coming up. It's Nepenthes down there, and thankfully it's not using the big sniper shots just yet. But as I dive down further, there's another obstacle. Another wall of the closes before us, and we have a bunch of MTs coming in with melee weapons apparently, and I show them who's the one doing the real melee. My double Songbird's grenade cannons are doing a great job, I like them. And also the shotgun is great, the Zimmermann shotgun. I wonder why it has not been nerfed in the recent 1.02 update. There were a lot of buffs for assault rifles and machine guns. If you haven't yet seen the video telling and showing exactly what happened, top right corner it is for you. But yeah, so I think a lot of people were expecting the Zimmermann shotgun to be nerfed because it's so dominant in PvP right now with the meta, and even in PvE extremely good. I mean, I have one here on the right hand, but yeah, it did not get a nerf, which came as a bit of a surprise to many people. But you know, other things are getting made a little more good, better. Maybe they will be of equal interest sometime. So now Nepenthes is changing strategy. It's sending some drones up, and it's now shooting very powerful sniper shots that would deal almost half my entire mech in damage when I just get hit by one of them, and he fires 5 or 6 of them before he starts to reload. But thankfully there is these gaps that I can stand on and that I can use to not get hit by him. See, I just took one shot from him and I'm like almost dead from it. So I'm getting quickly behind cover again. We're really close to him already. So once that last salvo is over and he's recharging, we're gonna just dive down, dodging the drones, which are not very dangerous, and then falling with maximum speed. Look how he's trying to get us, but now we're already below. So basically that is the end of Nepenthes right there, because now he can't get us anymore, except with these drones that, or not drones, yeah, it's kind of like drones, but it's more like homing missiles. And if you're down below here, you can shoot this thing with everything you want, and it just can't defend itself anymore. But I thought that was a super interesting enemy to encounter, because it's like it's not even powerful or any dangerous when you're standing down here. It's like a pushover, super easily killed. In fact, the easiest enemy in the world of Armored Core 6. But to get here, just to get here and not die, it took me a lot of tries. I got sniped and shot down so many times. It's unbelievable. And this is just the beginning of this entire underground exploration mission, because there are in fact 3 full or 4 missions in that underground here that you do. This is Watchpoint Alpha, a very important part of the game. And yeah, so I'm gonna show you some more of the cool things that I've seen while I was down and exploring myself these tunnels here. This was actually recorded when I got here for the first time. So I had I think I switched a weapon, and I went with the Chang Chen. Yeah, it's a machine gun, but not the minigun. It's a big machine gun, and it's very powerful too, and it has a lot of bullets before it runs out. And I switched over to this one for this mission, and I like it. It's more flexible than the Zimmermann shotgun is great at just staggering one opponent and then hitting him with the pile bunker, but this thing is a little more flexible. And then we have G5 Iguazu, the guy who really, you know, from day one kind of pissed us off when we got into the game. When we were in the second mission, first time seeing the red guns, and they will always talk crap about us. And this guy was always doing that from day one. He would never believe that we are anything more than a just useless hound. So eventually, after all this time, we're finally facing off, and it had to come to this moment. And here we go, Pam. You're finished, buddy. That's it. Yeah. You powerful G5 Iguazu, yeah, just go and get scrapped, dude. You're nothing. You don't stand a chance. You're such a joke. But always running and flapping his big mouth, you know. And that's it. That was him. And then we encountered this thing here. Enforcement systems set it to threat level 7, and I don't know what it was. It was incredibly fast, and it instantly killed everything on that bridge. And that was very interesting. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Is it the Enforcer? If you know that in the game, ladies and gents, tell me please, because I don't know what that was. I wonder if this may have been the Enforcer that we encounter later in this mission, or if it was something entirely different that I haven't seen yet. I don't know. By the way, the Enforcer is an extra video. It will be part of this entire mission set here, but I want to make this a separate video where I show you my struggle with him, because at first he kicked my ass so much, and I just couldn't figure out how to beat him, and then later I got better and better at it, and I eventually started destroying him more and more, and then I got to finally beat him. And I want to show you the struggle in an upcoming video, probably the next video coming up here on the channel, so stay tuned. And the interesting thing is you're seeing elements of this mission that are after the Enforcer. This, I believe, was already after the Enforcer. We're having a lot of sniper guns or cannons down there, rail guns or laser cannons or whatever. They're sniping us down while we're trying to disable these orange laser beams on the bottom of this pit. That should allow us access to the coral down below. And we're also having a very interesting encounter, which again is another video against a friend of ours, a very good friend indeed, V4 Rusty. And that will be another video again, but in this one here, what you're seeing right now, this already takes place after we defeated the Enforcer. Like I said, I wanted to make this a separate video, and I think it's really good this way, because it is worth an extra video with the battle with the Enforcer. But here we're clearing the outside there and getting rid of all those sniper railguns, and just basically killing everything that's on the sidelines. We could basically just get down there and skip all this and disable the generator and keep going. But of course there are always things to explore. And this is something that FromSoft they just can't stop and help them with that, you know? They're FromSoft. They are the guys who really make exploring fun. And even in Armored Core, where a game that isn't necessarily about exploration, they still make it fun to explore, and you find awesome stuff, special encounters or extra chests around every corner, like this one for example, getting the Ephermia set, a full set of Ephermia robot parts, basically. Legs, torso, head, and arms, and all that you're gonna get over the course of these missions here. And then as we're entering this chamber, that is basically the last hurdle before the generator finally, so we can deactivate the lasers below. We have these MTs again here, same, I think it's the same guys from before basically, or you know, similar MTs with their melee attacks. One of them gave us 18,000 credits though, so it must have been a more powerful one, but he ate a pile bunker, so doesn't matter how powerful he is, he gets destroyed. And here's a generator, you see it? That big thing, we're gonna hit it with our Songbird grenade cannon, and that is it. So that little thing is all that stood between us exploring down further and yeah, not being able to do so. Then we're trying to escape here, but then this gate closes in front of us, and we actually have Ephermia here coming in to fight us as part of the enforcement system that will yeah, try to prevent us from gaining access to the coral below. And this was an interesting battle because I didn't expect such a little quick, fast, nimble enemy with coral weapons too. Or I think some of those are. And also this the moon blade is on that guy as well. So very interesting battle. And I almost beat him here in the first try. Spoiler alert. I don't do it here because I'm messing something up. You see I'm getting him staggered now, pop, and then I don't follow up with my attack. I wanted to follow up with a pile bunker, but I made a button press wrong and I dashed away from him. And I did my pile bunker hit, but it was out of range now because I dashed away from him, and that's why I lost this battle. But FromSoft is really generous here. They're giving you checkpoints around every corner, so when you die you can just replay back to that moment in like 20 seconds. And so let's redo this. Let's see if I can kick his butt this time a little more effectively. He's almost staggered, so here comes charged pile bunker. Boom! He would be actually killed, but he's got the terminal armor that will save him when he gets 0 HP and gives him the chance to use a repair kit and heal himself back up, which he just did. By the way, he already did a lot of damage to me, but I'm hitting him again with a fully charged pile bunker hit, and this time he's dead for good. And I haven't used the repair kit before. I did one now, but during the battle I didn't need to use it. And yeah, so that was pretty successfully defeated, this guy. So let's get out of here real quick, because that whole thing is just blowing up, and we are trying not to get blasted along with it. And there it is. The laser barrier that's down below, you'll see it again in a little cinematic in a second. It now stops, and that was the thing that prevented us from getting further down. And yeah, although I would argue that maybe you could probably dive between some of those squares. Maybe some smaller mechs could jump down in there and not get killed by the barrier if they are really accurate and not hit one of those lasers. But now the laser barrier is gone and we can get further down. And this wraps up this video, because what happens next is a very important encounter against this very good friend of ours, V4 Rusty. So next video. Thanks for watching, have a good one, and catch you in the next one. Manni off. Bye bye.